everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we are gonna install Windows Server 2025 on VMware or VirtualBox. But if you haven't decided on what virtualization platform to use yet, you can check out the video I made comparing the different popular virtualization platforms that are free to use. So if you're ready, let's get started. Before we start installing the VMs, these are the hardware requirements that you have to check on your computer first to make sure that it's capable to run the VMs. Okay, so the first part of this video is downloading the Windows Server ISO first. So you can just search up download Windows Server 2025 and it'll take you to the Microsoft Evaluation Center page, and down here, if you scroll down, you can see download the ISO and just click on that and it will take you to this registration page. Just register for your free trial in here with all your information. And when you're done, just click on download now. And once you click download now, it should take you to this page where you can select which you can download in here. So we are just gonna select the ISO download 64-bit edition in here. I'm choosing English and just save that. Once it's finished downloading, we have the ISO now that we can use on our virtualization platform later on in this video. Okay, so the next part is for VMware. If you choose to use VMware, we have to install the VMware application first. It is a little tricky to install it because you have to log in first, and the Broadcom website where the download is not that easy to navigate. So if we search for download VMware Workstation Pro in here. Okay, so let's check the very first one in here, and if we click on download, it will ask us for our login, so we have to sign in first before we can download, unlike VirtualBox and other platforms. So if you don't have an account yet, you can go to login here and just register an account. And once you have registered, now you can start logging in. Okay, now that you have logged in, it's actually kind of a pain to navigate here because we now lost where the download page is, and it's really not that easy to find it. It's not under all products. So what you can do is to go back to Google search where we typed in the download VMware Workstation Pro, and then go to the next page in here, and then if you scroll down at the bottom, there is a link here that says download VMware Workstation Pro for free, and when you click on that, it'll take you to another page where you can choose which version to install, and let's do the very first one for Windows and click on this. And here is now the download file, so you can just click on this cloud arrow in here and it should save it on your downloads. And once it's downloaded, go ahead and install it on your computer and keep clicking on next until it finishes the installation. If you choose to use VMware Workstation Pro, here are the steps in installing a Windows Server. So when you open VMware, you can see this create a new virtual machine. So go ahead and click on it. And we can just select typical in here and click on next. And then make sure to select I will install the operating system later because we have an ISO available. So click on next. And then this is where we select the operating system. So if we scroll down here in the drop down, just look for Windows Server 2025 and click on next. And then you can name the virtual machine as you please. So you can just leave Windows Server 2025 in here, click on next. Also, this is the location where all of your VMs created in VMware are saved. So if you want to check how much storage your VMware is taking up, you can check in this location. So click on next again, and then for the maximum disk size, since we are not doing a lot in here, we can just put this as like 40 gig for example, so it doesn't take so much space in your computer since we are only doing Homelabs in here. You can click next on this and then click customize hardware, and then this is where we can select the new CD or DVD SATA in here. And then if you go to the right side, click on use ISO image file. This is where we can load our ISO that we downloaded earlier. click on browse in here and then just go to wherever you saved your ISO file. In my case, it's under download, so just click on that, and we can close this one now. And if you can see, our hardware is set up to the minimum in here. We're just doing Homelab, so that should be fine. You can click on close and finish in here, and just wait for VMware to complete its setup for the Windows Server. Okay, so once the VM is created, you can see it in here. You can click on power on this virtual machine and just press any key from boot in there, and it should load your ISO in here. And this is where we have to install Windows Server on the VM. Okay, so we can just click on this. If you're good with the language, you can click next on this and just click on I agree and click on next, and just wait for it to finish. And then this is very important to select the desktop experience in here. If you select this, this is just command prompt. There's no user interface, so make sure that you select the desktop experience. Click on next and click on agree. Click on next in here, and now we're ready to install. And just wait for it to complete at this point. Okay, now we just have to enter password in here for admin for the first setup. Click on finish. And now we have the Windows Server installed on your VM. Okay, so before we get started setting up our Windows Server, for VMware users, I highly recommend to install VMware tools so you would get the best GUI and resolution for your VMs in here. As you can see, if we enter full screen on this, is on the middle and it looks so much smaller, so VMware tools can help with the display and all of the settings. So what you can do is go to the VM on top menu in here and select install VMware tools. I already clicked on that, so you can see that it says cancel VMware tools installation in here, but if you're installing it for the first time, you should see install VMware tools in here instead. So the next step is to log into your VM for now. On VMware, you can do Control Alt and Insert, and that's like Control Alt Delete, and enter the password you just set up for the admin, and just click on accept on this. Alright, so we are in our Windows Server, and the next step is to go to File Explorer in here, go to this PC and just double click on the VMware tools in here to install, and then just run the setup. And now as you can see, it's preparing for the installation, and just click on next. Okay, as you can see, it changed our resolution in here in display. It is now on full screen mode. The actual full screen mode, instead of just being in the center earlier, is so much easier to use the VM like this. Just go ahead and click on finish and restart. Okay, so our VM looks so much better now on full screen mode. So let's just do Control Alt Insert and let's log in. And the next step we have to do is to rename the server. So before we install our Active Directory tools on the Windows Server, and before promoting it to domain controller for our next Homelabs, it is really important to do this step first, renaming your server into an appropriate name, because it's safer to do it this way than doing it after domain controller setup. It's more complicated to change the settings for a live domain controller later on. So make sure to do this after you have installed Windows Server. Okay, so there are many ways to rename your Windows computer. So what I usually do is just right click on this PC, go to properties, and you can see in here there's an advanced system settings in here. You can go to the computer name tab in here and then click on change, and this is where you can change the computer name. So look at this name that Windows gave us. Is a generic, very generic Windows host name, which is really hard to memorize once you've had it set up. It's really important to pick a sensible host name for your servers that corresponds to what their purpose is. For example, you have a file server, you should name it File Server 01 or something that's related to that purpose. Or if it's a print server, you should do the same. So this is really hard to remember, especially if you're typing for the server name. You won't remember this server or computer name in here, so we should change it. So since we are doing a file server Homelab next, I'm just going to rename this file server 01. Since we don't have a domain yet, workgroup should be fine, and just click on OK, and just make sure to restart to apply the changes. Close on this and restart now. Okay, so let's check if the name was applied. Control Alt Insert again, and your password. A quick way to check is to go to the command prompt, type in cmd, and then type in hostname. In here, it should show you that it changed it to file server 1 or whatever you named it. So now it's easier to remember the name of the server compared to the generic name that Windows gave us earlier. Okay, so that's it for our setup for VMware. For the next steps, it will be on the next video on installing Active Directory tools and creating the domain, joining the domain. For VirtualBox, just type in download VirtualBox, and you can click on the first or the second page that you will see. It'll take you to the download page. What's nice is you don't have to create an account here to download. You can just click on download, and then you can select your operating system and download your installer. Once it's downloaded, just go ahead and install VirtualBox. You can just click next on this until it finishes and completes the installation. Okay, so if you chose to use VirtualBox, here are the steps in creating a new VM and installing Windows Server. Okay, so as you can see on the top menu, there's icons here for the basic actions. So we can click on New in here for New VM and just name our VM in here. I'm going to do Windows Server 2025. And then on the ISO image, we can select Other in here and then go to wherever you downloaded the ISO from earlier. Click on Open, and it should load our ISO in there. For the OS edition, just select Desktop Experience in here, and then just unclick the Proceed with, or uncheck the Proceed with Unattended Installation in here. And over on the OS version, let's just select Windows Server 2025 64-bit. And then on the Specify Virtual Hardware, just check if that's good enough for you. I'm just going with the minimum required in here for now for our Homelab. And then if you go to Specify Virtual Hard Disk, this is the disk storage you can allocate for the new VM. So it's giving us 50 gig, but we can go lower since it's just a Windows Server and it's just a Homelab. 40 gig should be enough for this. Even 20 gig I can get away if I'm just using it as a domain controller. So it really depends on the hardware on the computer that you're using for your Homelab. So at least you can be flexible on that and adjust it. So after this, we can go ahead and click on Finish, and it should create our VM in here. Alright, so as you can see, we now have our Windows Server 2025 VM, and we can power it on now. So you can right click on this and go to Start with GUI, or you can go to this icon in here. It's the same. So you can start with GUI in here, and we are now going to do the Windows installation. You can just maximize in here, and it should load and do the initial setup. Okay, so just click on Next in here if you're good with the language. Next, and then just click Agree in here and Next. Make sure in this step to select the desktop experience because that's going to give us the GUI. If you select a standard evaluation, it'll be just command prompts. So make sure that that's selected and click on Next. And then let's accept this. And then go ahead and click Next on this one. You don't have to format or partition this for now. And just click on Install and wait for it to finish installing the Windows Server. Okay, once it's done installing, it's going to ask you to set up a password, so go ahead and do that. And click on Finish. Okay, so now we are ready to log in. So on VirtualBox, so you can see in here, on Windows, we have to use Control-Alt-Delete to unlock. But if we press that Control-Alt-Delete, it would actually do it on your actual computer instead of the virtual machine. So on VirtualBox, what you can do is to go to Input, Keyboard, and then click on Insert Control-Alt-Delete in here. And there's also a shortcut key. So you can do the right control, the one that is right next to your arrow keys in here. Right control and delete. Right control and delete, and it's the same as control alt delete. And that's the shortcut for VirtualBox. And go ahead and log in. Also, let's do a full screen mode in here. So let's go to view and then full screen mode. Let's do a switch to full screen. Okay, so we are in our Windows Server now. So the next very important step you should do once you have logged in and installed Windows Server is to rename this actual virtual machine. So if we go to our control command prompt in here and just type in host name, we can quickly check what the name of our virtual machine is. So Windows gave us a very generic host name, which is this one, which is really hard to remember, especially if you need to type your server name. You need to take note of this. So best practice here when you're creating virtual machines or creating servers is to name it appropriately based on its purpose. So if it's a file server, you should name it file server 01 or something related to file server. If it's a print server, you should do the same. So this is very important when you are setting up servers in the future. So let's go ahead and change the host name. Let's go to File Explorer in here and right click on this PC, go to Properties, and then you can click on rename this PC in here and just name it whatever you want. But for this server, since we are going to use it as a file server on our next Homelab, so I'm just going to do file server 01. Okay, go ahead and click on next, and it should ask you to reboot the PC to apply the changes. So just select continue in here. Okay, and if we do control delete, and let's check the host name real quick to see if the changes were applied. Let's do a CMD in here and type in host name. Oops, sorry. And we can see that it was changed to file server 01. So that is how to set up Windows Server on VirtualBox. That's it so far for this video. The next one will be initial server configuration and installing Active Directory on Windows Server. So if you want to follow along, please check out the next videos.